Hi everyone, welcome back to Bite 70. I'm Dr. Sam, and today we're diving into a popular pattern that's been gaining a lot of attention: intermittent fasting. Rather than focusing on what you eat, intermittent fasting emphasizes when you eat. Intermittent fasting has been associated with weight loss, metabolic health improvements, and potential longevity benefits. But does it actually reduce all-cause mortality? In this video, we explore the origins of intermittent fasting, the evidence, the specific health improvements, and where more research is needed. Intermittent fasting as an eating pattern has ancient roots and has been practiced in various forms across different cultures and religions. For example, in Islam, fasting during the month of Ramadan involves abstaining from food and drink from dawn until sunset. Similarly, Christianity includes periods of fasting such as Lent. Judaism observes Yom Kippur, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, and other fast days. Historically, periods of fastings were common due to food scarcity and seasonal changes. For early humans, fasting was a natural part of survival during times when food was not readily available. The modern resurgence of intermittent fasting began in the early 2000s, driven by increased interest in metabolic health and weight exploring fasting from a scientific perspective, leading to a variety of popular fasting regimes. Intermittent fasting gained scientific traction with studies examining its effect on metabolism, longevity, and disease prevention. Today, it's considered a popular approach to health and wellness, with various methods gaining widespread adoption. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that alternates between periods of eating and fasting. It doesn't prescribe specific foods but focuses on timing. Our bodies are evolutionarily adapted to thrive even during periods of food scarcity. And intermittent fasting taps into these mechanisms, particularly when it comes to fat burning and metabolic regulation. There are several popular methods of intermittent fast. The most common ones include a 16 to 8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window period. For example, you might eat between 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and fast for the remainder of the time. This is one of the more accessible approaches. There is the 5 to 2 diet, where you eat normally for 5 days of the week, then you reduce your calorie intake to about 500 to 600 calories on 2 non-consecutive days. There's the eat, stop, eat method, where it involves fasting for a full 24 hours once or twice a week. There's alternate day fasting, where you alternate between days of normal eating and days where you consume a very restricted amount of calories, usually around 500 to 600 calories. Each method has been studied for its health benefits. It's important to choose one that fits your lifestyle and goals. But what does the research actually say? Let's dig into the science. Research has shown that intermittent fasting is highly effective for weight loss. A 2015 review in the Journal of Obesity found that intermittent fasting can reduce body weight by an average of 4 to 8% over 3 to 24 weeks, which is comparable to a traditional calorie-restricted diets. Additionally, intermittent fasting tends to preserve lean muscle mass better than continuous calorie restriction, which can help maintain a healthy metabolism. One key mechanism is that during fasting periods, the body shifts from burning glucose to using stored fat for the energy. This promotes fat loss, especially around the abdomen, where excess fat is linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Second, metabolic health and insulin sensitivity. Intermittent fasting has demonstrated substantial benefits for insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. In a 2014 study published in Translational Research, participants practicing intermittent fasting saw a reduction in hemoglobin A1C. It went down by 0.08%, improved insulin resistance, and LDL, your bad cholesterol, also dropped by 0.22 millimoles per liter. This makes intermittent fasting particularly useful for those at risk of type 2 diabetes and for those looking to improve metabolic health. Additionally, insulin sensitivity increased, meaning the body used insulin more effectively, leading to more stable blood sugar levels, a crucial factor for managing and preventing diabetes. One of the potential benefits of intermittent fasting is its ability to reduce chronic inflammation. However, a 2023 study in Frontiers found that intermittent fasting alone had no significant effect on inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, tumor necrosis factor alpha, and interleukin 6. Interestingly, alternate day fasting led to a reduction in C-reactive protein, but only after participants achieve a weight loss of 6% or more. At this time, there does not appear to be a benefit in reducing chronic inflammation. Fasting has been associated with increased production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which can also function in regulating memory and learning. It may offer protection against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. However, research in this area is still emerging, and more studies are needed to confirm its role in preventing cognitive decline. Another emerging question is whether intermittent fasting can reduce all-cause mortality, slow cancer growth, and promote longevity. While animal studies have shown promising results, suggesting that intermittent fasting can extend your lifespan and that periodic fasting may be as effective as chemotherapy in delaying cancer progression. Human data are still in the early stages, so long-term, large-scale studies are needed to draw definite conclusions about its impact on overall mortality. While intermittent fasting offers numerous benefits, it's important to understand the potential side effects and limitations, as well as areas where more research is required. When you first start intermittent fasting, it's common to experience hunger, irritability, and fatigue as your body adjusts to long periods without food. These symptoms usually improve after a few weeks, but it can make the initial transition challenging. Some people may find that they overeat during feeding periods, which can counteract calories deficit created by fasting. It's important to maintain a balanced intake during eating windows to avoid it. Women in particular may experience hormonal imbalances with prolonged or extreme fasting. Studies suggest that fasting can lower leptin levels, which may disrupt menstrual cycles or affect fertility in some women. If you experience significant changes, please consult a healthcare provider. While intermittent fasting is generally safe for healthy adults, long-term studies on humans are still lacking. More research is needed to assess its effect on long-term heart health, brain health, and longevity. Until we have more data, intermittent fasting should be approached cautiously, particularly for individuals with underlying medical conditions like diabetes, eating disorders, or hormonal imbalances. In conclusion, intermittent fasting is a science-backed eating pattern that offers significant benefits for weight loss and metabolic health. While the animal studies are promising, more long-term research study is needed to confirm its effect on all-cause mortality in humans. As always, consult your physician before starting any fasting regime, especially if you have underlying health conditions. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my other videos for more science-based insights into nutrition and health. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.